Here. I am, of course, your host, Ryan Reed here. Thank you for joining us at the Pixel Classroom podcast today and this morning. It's recorded on a Saturday morning. I hope everybody's waking up with a good cup of coffee and a good book here and ready to start their weekend here. So I am here, of course, to do couple of things here besides review here. I also wanted to share the wonderful news if people have not seen it yet, but I get to say right now that, of course, that the Pixel Classroom podcast is officially part of the Teach Better podcast network. Better today, better tomorrow. And the podcasts to get you there. So as those in the audios, you of course hear the vocal in preludes into the various one. But this is something I've been hoping for a long time. And the fact that we are now part of the Teach Better podcast network is definitely the next level here for the Pixel Classroom podcast. I'm looking very forward to being part of this network here. This is the very first episodes. Our next one will, of course, be, believe it or not, tomorrow when I talk about the one of the founders of the book series that we'll be talking about today. But I want to thank you, Teach Better Network, especially Josh Stanford, for helping me getting everything set up, as well as Ray Hewart and everybody else on the Teach Better team. Thank you for inviting me to this great network. I am looking forward to everything here and being part of the network and joining the crew here. So thank you so much for that. And on that note, everybody, let's talk about what today's episode is about, of course, which is the EduProtocol's Field Guide here today. So I want to think here too, and this, of course, is the new one. Of course, this just came out not too long ago. This is, of course, the primary edition, TK through second, or pre-kindergarten through second grade here for that. And of course, I've got my copy right here, as you can see in the video one part here, all nice and labeled. So people always talk to me like, Ryan, you're a high school teacher. Or Ryan, why are you so on all these series and everything? Well, and the truth is, the EduProtocols have really been something that's really helped me with my teaching style and everything else here. It's also helped me to upgrade my pieces. Believe it or not, I completely changed my curriculum completely around. I mean, seriously, I completely threw everything out and completely restructured it over winter break. I went with the thinking classroom model. And of course, the way to get that to successfully work with my type of classroom with business technology was to use the EduProtocols piece on here. And those who are wondering here, and this is a little thing I'll show on here, but one right here, like here's my justified video-based evidence, which of course is, TED videos that use for your whole curriculum here. And of course, I have these set ones here. We were talking about internet law, creating business internet policy. And believe it or not, this is actually a simple one because the video is per tier search. So I had various videos here on a Google Slides, which I put in here, and then each one tells to explain a certain one. Like this one's about the 5 laws of cyber laws. Tim Berners-Lee, as you know, who is the founder of the World Wide Web. Of course, what exactly was the World Wide Web? Of course, what is the CDA, which is a part thing? What is online privacy? And exactly what is IBLS? People don't know what IBLS. That's actually how you track your online orders and everything else too. Believe it or not, Amazon, of course, is #1 on that. So it's amazing what we do here. But I did a little pieces on here. So the EduProtocols here piece, and those are in the video one here, can see right here what I have for my tabs. But this is just got amazing. I mean, the truth is, it always starts off with the great little puns about why EduProtocols, how it works. And what I really like about this, and as somebody who did do elementary here, it talks about the use of digital piece with Seesaw. Seesaw is a really huge one here because it really allows to work on all those different common core areas, as well as getting the engagement for a lot of students and everything. And I really like how it is. Believe it or not, I wish this would have been around when I was first using Seesaw with some of my younger students, which is now hard to believe, 7 years ago. since the last time I was into the elementary area too. But it really talks about how finding your platform, using it. I love the QR codes and the pieces here. I mean, right here about doing your welcome slides, being kind to each other, using things like Canva, some of the would you rathers, like such as having a chai a pizza. But it really gets into the 4 C's of education here with creativity and collaboration and everything. It's really well done on this. I like how the check marks right here. Like if you look at the different core checks right here on, if I have a little problem there on page 10 here, which really goes over the different things such as ELA, math, and pieces, and where that really finds up from just little bits, random emoji, facts, math reps, and so forth. It's really nice. And what's so interesting is this is not only a good way to work with younger grades, but also works with the adaption. Like I said, works here. Right here, they talk about how to use typing here for like Chromebook or for digital pieces, and how they do that using the rainbow color key, as well as using random emojis to work the sounds of everything. And I really like that, but it also works really good. I have a set of students that do a setup who do need to improve on their typing abilities, and the abilities of those typing abilities. I actually use shapegrams, and they actually create the fingerprints, and we make an animation of it. So it's a really nice little transfer of making from that next level and building that scaffolding. I like to use on too, really well. You can find that on page 47 here. But there's just a lot to do on here. I really just love the EduProtocol's Howlett parts, especially the 8 parts of speech. You know, we got to work about different sentence structures about students, but right here, 8 parts of speech cycle completes. Great for final assessments. Kids find their own picture and do the entire process on their own. But basically, instead of 1 skill at a time, 8 parts are going to teach you bundle skills all at once. They find gradely appropriate images, supplies them with answers, helps them to work along, also crepes and pieces, and it really starts letting them master parts of speech, such as verbs, use of words, and how do you create sentence structures. And it's got a great part. I mean, I like Jen's way here, because if you know, this is actually written by Benjamin Cogswell and Jennifer Deem. Yes, it's along with Marlena and John and even Caitlin Tucker's little piece, but you know, it's set for those primary grades, TK or PK through 2nd grade. And I really like the setup right here about using parts without writing, about how they use the sounds and the videos. And of course, find it. And they use the random emojis, like what is a thing, what is a person, what is a place on this piece here. I really love the writing skills, which, like I said, in the QR codes are right here on the pages to really help. And it really gives a sense of how it works. But it looks really, really great. Now, here's the one thing that just jumped at me. I am very well known for my assessments pre and post and everything. I use Gimkit. I use, quizzes. I mean, I just had a review for a test this past week, and it's so funny how they talked about, setting up the quizzes, just set it up live and just give the students a live link on Seesaw, Canvas, or Google Classroom. I looked at myself like, why did I not think that? My little thing is to get the attention of the students. Remember, I'm high school level. So, I put up the code, like, okay, guys, let's switch over to Kahoot. Let's get the Gimkit in here. Or, I do the practice, I put the code in here. But here it was like, just click on the code. Instead of having everybody do it, they go right to there. They have that action. I'm like, why did I never think of that? No, seriously, why did I never think about it? It would be so easy. I always post my reviews. It would have been so much easier just to click on that, go to the live quiz, do that. And then later on, when I post the homework, the review for the tests or quizzes or whatever, I could just change links on Google Classroom and give them the practice version. I don't know why I did not think of that, because it tells you, the percentages and everything else too. I mean, it's just, it is. Instead of doing the quick live, I could have done the link. Like I say, you can do level 1 and 2 as it's shown right here. That's part of right here with Ben's. I don't know why I didn't think of that. And this is what I'm talking about. The EduProtocols really allows you to get on that thought process. It's just like, why didn't I think of that? And it's so simple. People think, oh, that's, I teach middle school or I teach high school, and it doesn't think. And the truth is, it does. It has everything out from, rack set, sketch and tells, which sketch and tells I have found out works not only great for younger, but definitely for older. And then of course, people who really want to go to the next level and everything, you have the EduProtocols Plus. Granted, it's $279, but you get it for a complete thing. Believe it or not, I am planning on actually purchasing this towards the end of the school year, some of my last minute budget money and everything, so I can get that taken care of. And I really want to use this. I'm luckily part of the groups. I luckily talk to John and Marlene on a regular basis, and as well as our EduProtocols Facebook group. So I'm always sharing ideas, but I really would like to just get on here. And this is kind of my plan. Yes, it's $279, but you keep it forever. You got it better. It works great. And it's just fantastic. And I really, really hope to be doing it. But really, the EduProtocols, guys, this is 5 stars for me. I'm sorry. This is just a great book. I am so glad I picked it up. I mean, there's an ELA version that's going to be coming out very soon here. If I can share the screen here in the video protocols, but it's coming pretty soon. ELA is coming for it really too. It's planned on spring of 2024. There's actually not a picture for it. I have seen the cover, but it's not here yet. But it's coming really soon. And of course, I'm going to pick it up too, because people are like, well, you're a tech and business teacher, Ryan, and you're a media teacher. I'm like, yeah, but ELA, sentence structure, script writing, it's hugely needed for students, and ways to get there. And the EduProtocols really pulls that off. So I am going to be going into that. I've made my marks, as you see in the video right here versus the audio, but really there'll be show links here, of course, for the website to check out the different books and everything. Big shout out to the creative team that created the the primary grades here for everything else here. Thank you so much for making this book. I am looking forward to reading the ELA version. I use the other books on a regular basis, from Math Edition to EduProtocols 1 and 2 and the field guides. And believe it or not, next episode here, I'll be talking to returning guest John Corporo, of course, one of the co-founders of EduProtocols, and he'll be here to talk more about that book and some other things they got comping up. And John, I'm looking forward to that. So I want to thank everybody for joining me on this book review. Like I said, I like to keep them short and sweet here and not rattle on here, but it is a great book. If you have not thought about picking this up, go ahead. It'd be a great for spring break reading. Give it a whirl. Or if you've not checked out EduProtocols, please go ahead. Please do. They are a fantastic group. I'm glad to be part of them as well too. And I also want to thank the Teach Better Podcast Network for letting the Pixel Classroom podcast actually be on here. And if anybody had any issues or anything else, the audio version will, of course, clean that out here too. And I want to thank everybody for joining me this early morning here with a cup of coffee or tea or water, just getting ready to start your weekend morning. And I will talk to everybody later.